everyone, and welcome back to War Thunder. Today I'm playing at the Mig-15Bis on Korea. This is a voiceover, not a live commentary on this video. And basically it turned out to be a really good game. It had a really good ending. Like, it was a 1v1 at the very end, and at some point there was a 2v1, but then one of my teammates spawned back in again. But one of the enemies on the team spotted me and said hi and whatever there. You can see it in the chat, but both of him and his teammate went right across the map to our airfield, and then I managed to sneak up on him, and you'll see that in a bit. But here, I don't know what happened here, but I shot that B-52 and nothing happened. I got a hit on him and it didn't do anything. And I don't know, it must have been a 23 that hit him, but I wasn't entirely sure as to why I didn't get more than a hit on him, but I think at this point I decided not to go after him, and I sort of went off because I was, assuming that enemies would be in that, like, the direction I'm going in. And in a minute a vampire pops up. Yeah, so I was originally going to do a video of comparing the MiG and, well, the MiG-15 fully upgraded with all modifications except for like bombs and guns, versus a fully stock MiG, because I've got the German one that's fully stock and then this one that's fully upgraded. But I sort of recorded two games and I just thought how pointless it really was, because it was going to be a stupidly long video that people probably weren't going to look, because, like, the majority of people are going to fly the MiG and then eventually get it upgraded. So I thought probably gameplay of just a fully upgraded one's probably better, and I wasn't planning on uploading this. Like, most of this probably would have gone to a montage anyway, but because I did end up filming most of the game anyway, with the shadow play record back a few minutes thing, I did get most of it, and I had a horrible shot on him there and I didn't chase him because I would have probably ripped my wings off if I'd have pulled the negative G's with him. So I went up and rolled over on top of him, and I don't actually kill this vampire because I decided to leave it, because I can't be bothered to get a turn fight with a vampire that's just going to win. Because I think at this point I was thinking in my mind, I don't like fighting slow jets, and I just decided to give up on that and go away. And then at that point the God, I don't know what the squad, how you say that squadron name, but it's quite a common one when you sort of see him around a lot. He strafed for one of the R-28s that just landed or going to land. So I went off in that general direction and snuck up on the one that spotted me earlier on, and you'll see his dot in the cloud in a minute. I think he's just down on the left. So the F2s do get some distance pretty quick. Yeah, there he is. And I chased him for a minute, and I do get a good kill that I sort of just spotted mid-chase and decided to, like, go for it and try and get it. But as you can see there, the F2 is just zooming away from me. That is one downside I'd say to the MiG, is it's not the fastest jet going. I mean, it's not slow by any means, and it's definitely got good acceleration and stuff, but yeah, and this kill here, this was unintentional and I just sort of went for it because I thought I would, but I got a crit on him there. And that was just a kill which I saw the opportunity to take it, hoping that he was going to fly, like, directly in front of me and get a deflection shot. But he turned, so I got the shot that I could on him. I managed to cut his wingtip off. But I had quite a good little fight going on with, I can't see his name from here, but shout out to those guys for being really good sports about it. They were, like, good game and all that stuff to us. can't remember what his name was. I can't see it either on the screen because it's so tiny, but you'll be able to see it on the video. But those two guys in the squadron were really good sports about it. But I chased him down, and that's like he's coming from me, his teammates coming from me now. But the thing I enjoy about jet games a lot of the time is when you fly jet games a lot, you get to know the community of the jets. Like, if I see 5N people in a game, which is Villas's squadron, often they'll say like 07, like salute to me or whatever. And like, there's sort of this thing of sometimes they go for me, other times they don't go for me, and we sort of don't go for each other throughout the whole game. And like, I like getting that bond between people of sort of, you see them in games a lot, so you sort of have, I suppose, a friendship between the squadrons, as you could put it, or certain players that you wouldn't go for, and I enjoy that because it makes gameplay like more fun sometimes when it's just down to, you know, a nice 1v1. Like, we had no truce here, like, of who could go for each other, but I went for them because to me they were the biggest threats on the team, both in Sabre F2s. Everyone else is in Vampires or F9F or Banshees. They're not much of a threat to me. Here I took a pot shot on him and got an elevator crit, and I can't help thinking that on this second shot here I also get another crit. I did, according to that I did. And by the way his plane starts flying, it does seem like he did have a bad elevator crit there. And I did eventually catch up and get him, and the kill I got on him was quite good. Like, I don't mean to sort of sound up of myself about it, but it was one hell of a snipe on him. It was a lot like that B-52 sniper, or B-57, that's the one, not B-52. B-57 snipe I got on my kill montage. It was just a one-shot kill, and it's just sort of after we go out the boundaries here and then get teleported back. But you can definitely tell that his plane was getting damaged there because he's going slower, he's not turning, he's not doing anything to sort of avoid being killed at this point. So I sort of shot up a little bit there, got above him, and then let's go shot here I think and missed. Oh no, I didn't, that's the one I got. But one bullet that was one tiny little burst, and then his teammates right behind me again. And I mean, a lot of it is just running around, and like I mean, when you're chasing an F2, a lot of the time you're chasing an F2 and you're never going to catch them, really, like, unless you are in a hunter or something like that, because eventually you'll get the speed advantage on them. But F2, CL13s and stuff like that, like, the MiG doesn't have the same speed ability, which is why I like to always get people in turns, and which is why a lot of my kills are in turns, because I think it's used to flying the Meteor as well, is the Meteors don't go above 1,000, at least the Mark IV doesn't, and it's that sort of thing of, you see them turn, so you turn way ahead of them, and then you cut them off completely and get right behind them or get a deflection shot on them. And in this, that is my kind of kills I like to get, and it's the same with the 262, because the MiG and the 262 have very similar guns, I say. Like, I know one's got 223s and a 37, but the way they fire, like the velocity I suppose, is you have to lead quite a lot to be able to get the kills, and I'd say in the 262 probably you have to lead a lot more. Like, when it comes to a snipe from behind someone, you have to fire a full-on line, whereas earlier in this I was firing directly at the back of them. And I don't know whether it's a case of, because I used to fly the Mig-15 a lot, as to why I've started flying this a lot and being a somewhat good MiG pilot, I suppose. But I don't know, it's just sort of come to me that I enjoy flying it, like, it's a fast jet, but it's not the fastest, and it doesn't roll that amazingly, and like, there's a lot of cons to it, and not as many pros. Like, it's got good guns, yes, but a lot of the time they don't always hit. They just get hits. No, they don't kill. They just hit. So, for me, I personally prefer it because it's kind of a challenge. Like, it's the same way that I used to like flying the Meteor. Like, actually, that doesn't count because I used to fight F-80s and stuff. So that doesn't count as much. But occasionally you'd fight a Sabre in that, and it was a challenge in that thing to fight them. And it's the same with the 262. Like, that's always a challenge flying that thing because it's just so much slower than what it fights. So that is why I enjoy it. And here I go for a dive on, I think it's an F2H. I can't really see, but if I remember rightly, it's an F2H. I think he turns here, so I just fly away from it. I wasn't going to sort of lose my speed and potentially make myself a big target for him, who's sneaking up on me very quickly. And I think in a second here, when I'm starting to go away now, one of my teammates spawns in, and without him I genuinely think I wouldn't have won this game, because when it's a 1v2 situation it's rather hard. When it's a 2v2 situation it's a lot easier because there's two targets for them to go to, not just me, not just him. There's like both of us to interchange between. And I'd say still here they were still both going for me because I'm not sure whether they knew that he was even there. But he was just in a normal MiG and he was taking off sideways, which I didn't quite understand that. But yeah, a lot of it is, I mean, when you're in the sort of 1v1 situation, especially now, you want to make sure you're not blacking out completely, because when you lose control you're making yourself an absolutely massive target. And I do kill this Banshee just in a second, and then it becomes a 2v1 again. Like there I lost control, and obviously when you don't have control of what you're doing you make yourself a massive target, because you can't pitch up, you can't pitch down, you can just about roll, but you have no control over the guns either, so if anyone flies in front of you, either way you can't get them. But I think the Banshee might have been blacked out there, but I killed him, like, making it easy. And this Sabre does run for quite a bit, well, not much longer actually. I think actually I'm not sure he does. I probably does run for quite a while, but I think that just jumps forward anyway because of the recording and stuff. I'm not entirely sure. I think that just jumped. But it was a good 1v1 fight, I'd say, because like it wasn't the worst Sabre pilot in the world, and I didn't have it. Like, my teammate wasn't terrible either. Like, he was fairly good, but the one thing I've noticed a lot of F2 pilots and Hunter pilots do, well, allied pilots in general, they always run back to their base and hide with the AA. And I don't know whether it's because I'm never in that situation with the MiG or something, but I would rarely do that. Like, it's just one of those things where I feel like if you're going to try and have a fair fight, don't do it near your base, because right now in War Thunder AA is brutal and one shot just ruins everything for you. And I mean, you can be going as fast as or slow as you like. You can be going like 1100 on Hunter and it will hit you and it will crit you really badly. So there I just flew away from it and decided to climb away from it, just purely because I didn't want to risk flying over their base directly at low altitude, because I knew I was going to get hit and crit. But he does climb up ridiculously high, and the my MiG teammate follows him up. I think probably not that close behind, as he is only a MiG, but I'm just taking a stat card seeing how good he actually is in the Sabre. That's always a useful feature to know, is how much of a threat people really are to you. But no, he's not bad on it really. But yeah, I think there he must get a crit on my teammate, and it doesn't show because for some reason they decided to stop showing critical hits. or set fire to or anything. But he comes down here. I think I put pot shot at him, I think, and completely missed. But I think I had 9 shots left there when I saw that flash up in red. I think I might take a few more shots in a minute. I think I do get a crit on him actually on his elevator. But it's the same here, like he runs, like now it's in a 1v1 situation and he still runs back to his base. And like I'm not saying that he's a bad pilot for doing that, like he's just doing what he thinks is going to win the game for him, and fair enough. But every game that I get in a 1v1 situation, it always seems to be the same thing. And here, I don't know what happened here, because I'm sure he's lost control there, but I got a hit on him, and I don't know why I only got a hit on him. And it was really irritating, because it should have been a full-on kill. But as you can see, I've got 437 rounds left and 17 23s, but the 23s don't do anything anyway. Like, you never get a kill with the 23s. And the tables did turn a bit here. Like, he was behind me, but I think the elevator crit I got on him either did damage his elevator and possibly his engine, because he was a bit slow after that. And he did turn off, so but you can see that he's staying near his base. And like, I'm not saying that it's a bad tactic, but personally I wouldn't do that. I don't think. I'd rather just go and fight away from it, because in that you're staying where you know that you've got your AA shooting at him. And when you've got 10 AA guns or whatever they have on bases shooting at you or shooting at your enemy, like at the same time it's like that's not you doing anything, that's just AI doing something, and you don't get the kill for it. Like, if I was to get critted by AA, I'd probably just crash and get AA to the kill. And I have done it many times, because normally AA crits you enough to which you can just crash down from it. But I think here is when I do get the kill on him. And notice the fact I've got 4 bullets left, and how risky this shot I took was. And I mean, that, like, I got the kill, yeah, but at the same time there, I was sort of at the point like, do I really want to shoot these off? Because obviously if I'd have missed, I'd have no ammo left, and I would have had to come back to base, landed. He'd have probably landed as well, or not, if not run after me. But yeah, so that was the end of that game. That game put me over the 200 mark on MiG on kills, which was a pretty big achievement for me personally, getting 200 kills in a jet and realistic battle. It's the second plane I've ever got over 200 kills in. The first is the D-13 with 300, so having that with that many kills is quite an achievement for me. I know to a lot of people that probably isn't much when they've got thousands in their MiGs and Sabres and stuff, to like 100 deaths, but for me personally that's a nice little goal. And you know, but I just messaged him there saying I recorded or whatever, I can't remember what I said to him, but yeah, so if you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more sort of intense gameplay like that with secondary overall commentary, please click like, subscribe and comment, and let me know that you want to see more gameplay, random stuff like that, because I do record a lot of games like in little sections like that. So if you would like to see more gameplay like that, it might just be MiG over and over again, but it would be shorter videos, probably not like this. This was an awfully long video because I haven't cropped it down at all, but let me know if you would want to see more videos like this, because it does help me out when it comes to making videos. I've done some in the past like it, and I didn't get any negativity on it, so yeah, if you enjoyed, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.